Hey everyone, welcome back to another live giveaway from Release Over 20. And I hope you all had a good summer. Summer's over. It's fall. Water's cooling. They tell me the fish are biting. I wouldn't know, but we're excited because it's the best time to go fishing. And gotta admit, this giveaway snuck up on me. I almost forgot it. So I don't know what it is about this month. Everything sort of snuck up on me. But without further ado, I'm going to bring on the crew. How you guys doing? Michael joined us in the meantime. He's on mute.
Hey, Michael.
Hey.
Hello.
I almost said good morning.
So roll call.
On video, it's morning time. Yeah.
Yeah. So roll call. What's everybody up to? Michael, what you been doing?
Mostly working. Thinking about fishing. Finally getting out. Tomorrow for a few mornings to see if I can get a few inches on the board for the tournament.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about that.
That's about it.
I'll be out there as well. I think Adam is going to. He's going with you. Yeah.
So far.
Carrie, have you been out fishing lately?
I was out one day last week. I think I went out before I got the ablation. I think I went out on a Wednesday or something.
Mm-hmm.
But once the tide turned from low, it was all about redfish everywhere. But still, the trout bite's not been good.
Mm-hmm. When we were at ICAST, I was talking to Justin Carter, who's, if you don't know Justin, he's with Redfin Charters here in Charleston. He's a trout junkie, and he has his clients like targeting trout a lot. And a lot of them that are getting released, but he's got his thumb on the trout population, and he claims that our cold water kill this year was worse than we thought. He said he's seeing the numbers way down.
Totally agree.
Yeah, that's what I haven't found a good trout. I haven't caught a 20, and I can't remember when.
No.
We ran into a couple of 18s in June. Like there were pockets of them, but outside of that, they've been like I'm not even finding small ones right now.
Yeah,
there hasn't been a lot of them.
There's also like one of my mentors, Bob Sanders. He's a guy who sort of discovered the trout trick years ago. He said that he had a theory that when you had an event like that, sometimes those trout would move offshore and they'd spend the summer offshore, and then they'd all of a sudden push in the fall. And I'm wondering, if we'll see a push of trout all of a sudden. I hope that's right. But he really paid attention to the movements of trout. So, like when he would say something, I would sort of listen to everything he says.
That would be really nice to see. Hopefully this trip we're bringing them back in.
Yeah, that'd be cool. All right, well, we're graced with Captain Evan Wheeler here from Northwest Florida. What's going on in your neck of the woods, buddy?
Man, August is over. It's not that September magically changes things because you go from August 31st to September 1st, but in our minds it does. And starting to see the day length change and starting to see some different birds in the sky, the morning sun, the morning sky, that ceiling's a little bit lower, starting to see some of the things that we want to see down here. So I've been working the woods mostly. I hadn't been on the water a lot, but we're about to get to that.
Nice. Would you mind sharing the story of that guy that you sent me the video of?
What'd I send you a video of?
It was the guy releasing the brim.
Oh, Tracy Anderson and Tony McNair. Oh man, there's some good old boys from Statesboro, Georgia area, and never in their entire life had they thought about throwing anything back. I mean, certified. So yeah, these guys fished with me in summer of 23, and then I didn't hear from them, but I kept his number because the guys were cool. And he calls me back early spring and permission to speak freely here.
Yes.
Yeah, he goes, I saw it. I was kind of, Tracy Anderson. Oh man, this ought to be good. I hadn't talked to him 18 months or so. What are you doing, you sorry ass fishing guide? I love that's for me. I remember the Jay Watkins episode on the Speckled Truth podcast. He was like, Captain Jay or whatever. That doesn't really do something to me, but fishing guide, that's a little different.
Yeah.
Sorry ass fishing guide. Now I request that Brian Pate, if you're out there too, I request that I be referred to as sorry ass fishing guide. But that stuck. And so anyway, those guys, they came back and fished with me, and he was burning me up the whole time. We fished for 2 days, and everything we were catching was oversized. So we were throwing it back, and this dude's all about ready for a fish fry. He was like, never in my life did I think I'd book a charter trip and come down here, and then you just tell me we got to throw everything back because it's all too big. This is just as – and so it kind of stuck, man. It was pretty cool to see it happen. And so now I'll send him pictures of big trout, and I'll be like, these blinking throwbacks, you know what I mean? And he was down on the creek on his piece of ground there in Statesboro, and he was out back fishing for a fish fry, catching bluegills and whatever else you catch in the creeks, And he sent me a video of something along the lines of, some ramble, rabble, rabble. This is for Evan Wheeler. And he's throwing them back in his own backyard in a creek that they'd never once thought that throwing them back was even an option. Like, we paid good money for them crickets. We're eating them, And, man, if we can get to those guys, yeah,
I was going to say, like, that's a evidence of how you can be influential to someone, right?
Yeah, and we had a good time doing it. They had a blast cussing me the whole time. Let me guess, we can't keep dude standing there with a 27-inch trout in April on a blue sky, cold front, big blowing day, nasty. Dude's got a 27 going, oh, let me guess, we can't catch this one either. Oh, keep it. I'm like, send her home. And he's just shaking his head and loving every minute of it. Yeah, never been so happy to not have his fish fry,
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thanks for all you do, man, down there. Thanks for being you.
One day at a time, man.
Yes, sir. All right, I'm going to pull up our little presentation. We don't have a whole lot of updates this month. I probably will think of some as we're going through, but I did want to mention that if you're in South Carolina, our Toadfish tournament is ongoing. Started last Sunday, and seems to be going pretty well so far. I think there's a little bit of expected problems with people not knowing how to do a release tournament, which basically means your first task is catching the fish. The second task is making it count in the tournament. And it's really not hard to do, but you just have to remember to put your identifier in the picture, get all the fish in the picture, make sure the nose is up against the bump board, mouth closed, all that stuff. When you do it a few times, it takes 2 seconds, but you got a handful of people that don't know, and it's like, then what do you do? So hopefully it won't become a whole giant thing, but we've got, I think within 4 hours, we had someone have 86 inches of redfish, which the max that we allow is 30. So the perfect score is 90. So within 4 hours, having 86 inches, I was like, wow, pretty good. There aren't a lot of big flounder or trout entered yet, and I think there's only one toadfish. But feedback.
I refuse to look at the board until I can go out for 2 days.
Okay.
Because I saw that there was still room for some good trout to be caught, so I was trying to keep some hope.
Still a lot of time.
Yep.
I'd be fishing just for toadfish.
Yeah, I mean it's a big
That's a
prize. It's
strategy.
$1,500 credit at toadfish.com.
Yeah.
It's a
Have
huge
to have
prize. So anyway, it's fun. The feedback from some of the people is that they're having a great time. They're enjoying it. Seeing some social media posts, people upgrading, and it's fun. So we'll give you an update on that on our next giveaway on the winners and all that stuff and how it went. We have a big party next Sunday. And at the end of it all, hopefully we'll have raised some money for Release Over 20 also. So we'll see. But looking forward to that.
So here's the question. I was out on Thursday doing a little pre-fishing, and there was bait. We went to obviously a bunch of different spots, and there was a lot of bait at every single spot. So are you guys going to actually use bait for the purpose of trying to win this contest? Because likely, I'd say the odds skew much heavily in your favor if you're going to use, for people using bait, based on what I saw on Thursday. But
I'm not even going to answer because you know the answer to that. I don't ever fish live bait. As Ralph says, buy an aquarium and just feed the fish.
Hey, Captain Evan, do you guys have toadfish there?
Sorry, I was muted. Yeah, we do have them. As far as a targeted species, not so much.
No.
But find an old beer can you almost stepped on while you're catching bait, and there might be one in it. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just curious. I didn't know if there was toadfish down there or not, but
Yeah, we'll see them around the grass flats, mixed in various items that are probably considered litter.
oh yeah.
Yep. One thing that we're trying to accomplish with this tournament is just to demonstrate to people that there's no need to have a kill tournament in this day and age. So the more we can normalize this kind of tournament, get people used to it, and realize that it's still a lot of fun, we'll just hopefully get more and more people to adopt this format in the future. It's through Fishing Chaos, which is a great platform. It's like live leaderboards. It automatically calls fish. There's other ones out there like iAngler, and I'm sure there's many more that I don't necessarily know of, but we're using Fishing Chaos for this. It's really popular with our local kayak club, and I've used it in a few tournaments lately, and always had a good experience with it. So,
But I like being able to see other people's sketches. You can you can see what the point. You can actually click on the fish and you can see the image. So I think that's pretty cool.
And it does open up to scrutiny too, right? So I was having a little private chat with the president of the Low Country Kayak Anglers, because he's getting feedback from people who aren't in the tournament, who are looking at the scoring and like questioning things, right? And that's fine. Like you should have to stick to the rules. But hopefully that people give us a little bit of grace being the first tournament. I know it's the first time Toadfish has hosted a tournament that's catch and release. And it's going to be a learning curve. We'll make it better next year. But hopefully the total outcome is that it's a positive experience for everybody.
David, did you remember, Ashley, when we did our first annual ICAST?
Oh, the wording?
Yeah.
Because that's like supposed to be for the second year, right, or something?
Yeah, it's supposed to be was it the inaugural?
Inaugural.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then it's the first annual.
Yeah.
But I just laughed when I saw that come up because it made me think of Ashley.
And I didn't even notice it, but you're right. All right, moving on. So the next thing we want to point out is we're trying to get more support and participation from fly anglers. And for a long while, we've had this little optional entry on our entry form, how was the fish caught, and we included fly. And we do have a handful of them come in, but we're hoping to sort of incentivize that. So this was, I think, Adam, this is your idea, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, with others, sure.
Yeah. So I guess we're sort of hoping that we're expecting we're not going to have a ton of participation right off the bat. But if we get 20 entries, then we'll do a special giveaway for fly just to try to incentivize it. And hopefully it'll take off. So we'll just keep pushing it and see where it goes.
We're going to get Alan Schultz on that too. He's very connected. And I know you guys talked about this, I think, that last Wednesday or something, that I wasn't there. But I think he's going to be really implemental in getting that going.
Yeah, and we'll start going to some of those like bruising, what's it called? What's that event called, Adam? Flies and...
it's a local Charleston area event, but it's called Casts and Drafts.
Casts and Traps. I can never remember it. But yeah, it's just like a fly fishing gathering. We'll have a booth set up there. And
They meet monthly, but they have an Instagram. That's their Instagram name, Casts and Drafts.
okay, we need to start tagging them on some stuff. So yeah, that's pretty cool. One thing it just occurred to me that I didn't put on here was that I went down to Daytona, Florida, to attend a symposium on spotted sea trout put on by the FWC. So it's basically the DNR for Florida, and it was really interesting. It was really well done. Like it was a complete huge conference on speckled trout. So there was a lot of people that I knew there, like Joey Landreneau he's the guy who invented the slick lure. Matt Chipperfield was there, Jay Wright, bunch of guys like that. And I met a few other people, pretty high profile kind of guides down in the Mosquito Lagoon. And it was good. So they started the morning with some presentations on like the biology of trout in that area and like by the region in Florida and how they're managed, what they've learned about spawning, and how they're proposing to make how they make estimates of the abundance of fish more like they do for redfish and snook, which I think it's a good thing. It brings in more sources of data than just like trammel nets. So I think they also had, so the afternoon they had like some breakout sessions by region and had like 5 questions to ask. And it had a lot of discussion. I was in the Northeast group because I usually fish in Jacksonville. And right now their regulations I think are 15 to 19 inches. Evan, you probably could help me with this. And you could keep 1 over 19 any given day. So the sentiment in our room was that the abundance of trout has gone way down, despite what they might say. They're having trouble if they wanted to keep a limit, catching and keeping a limit in a single day. And there is kind of unanimous support for eliminating the 1 over 19 rule. So it was like a hard, fast slot. And Evan's giving a thumbs up. Yeah. That was like unanimous in our group. And there was a few commercial fishermen there. So commercial fishery in Florida, believe it or not. So once they got rid of nets, it really killed the speckled trout commercial industry. And the landings of speckled trout commercially in Florida is 0.01% of the total take. So it's kind of negligent or negligible. But there was a few guides commercial fishermen there that had a few things to say, and it was all friendly. It was all good. So I felt good about it. I think they're having a bunch of more meetings. I think the last few days they've had some for the public to come and give their comments. But it was a good thing. I was really there to learn and kind of see how other states do their thing and just become more informed. And it was free. It was kind of suggested to me by CCA Florida to go to it, and I'm glad I did. So anyway, that was that. I'm going to try to do that kind of thing more often in the future, just to become more educated about, how things are done. But it was good, definitely good to hear what other people had to say, So moving along to the August results. So we actually had a really strong month for August, typically our slowest month, just due to the hot water and people being on vacation, traveling, stuff like that. 646 entries. We only had 1 sheep's head, but we had 88 trout and 536 red drum, which is a lot of drum. 9 flounder, 12 striper. So a few of those striper were South Carolina riverine striper, which is kind of cool. we usually see, or at least my experience, we see a little push of striper come down river in early September. I'm guessing they're kind of following the mullet run. But yeah, some of these are caught in like the Santee River system, I think. So
Was that striper picture from this month?
yeah. All these pictures are from the current month.
Thing's a beast.
Ashley pulls these in. Yeah, I think this was actually in the Santee River system.
I'm surprised you didn't go there immediately.
Well, I definitely someday, Michael, you can back me up on this, but someday when I have some time, I'll definitely be doing that for sure. I'm so busy. I'm having anxiety attacks. Okay, so the top 10 for this month was Robert again with the number 1 in the country with 23 releases. Brian Ford has been like kind of there every month too. He's a South Carolina guy. So with 16, Tyler's a South Carolina. It took 7 to make the top 10, so it wasn't too hard to crack in the top 10. So those red drum, I think, for Robert and Brian are all, the national leaderboards were all redfish according to this chart. Actually, the top 3. And it took 6 to make the top 10 for a red drum. We had 2 people enter flounder. So Daniel is up in New Jersey. Actually, he had 4. He's actually on one of our team members on Ice Strike. But that dude is like a flounder catching like savant. He is really dialed. So he releases all over 20, and I think he has something like 120 flounder caught this season. And he's fishing on foot from the shore. It's pretty cool. Sheepshead entered, Robert. So
That's
that's last. Oh, sorry, I got the wrong one.
July. Yeah,
I told you I was scrambling here.
Well, there was only 1 in August, so
yeah, there was only 1. So okay, scratch that. Okay, this is August for striper. Patrick Guthier. He's our your friend, right, Adam? Is that him?
No.
Who is he there?
No, not this month.
Okay.
Adam only has 2 friends, David.
He's
It shouldn't be too hard to keep track of.
Adam's all like, "No, we are not friends."
got at least 4 or 5 friends. We're friends. We're all friends.
If Patrick's listening, I'll be friends with him.
Well, we are seeing striper getting entered from the Northeast more and more, which is really cool. By the way, if you're a striper fisherman, there are some public comment things happening from the SAFMC happening right now to getting input on striper. So if you didn't know, striper are in deep doo-doo. There's been something like 6 or 7 consecutive bad years of terrible spawns. So there's going to be a giant gap in year classes with striper, at least the ocean going. We won't see it here so much, or really at all, but the people that fish in the Chesapeake up north, it's just going to be pretty bad in the future. So sort of drastic times for striper, sadly. By state, South Carolina, again, just freaking crushed it. It's mostly thanks to our guide participation. North Carolina was 2nd, Florida 3rd, Virginia 4th. New Jersey's on the board with 4. So shout out again to our South Carolina state. They're kicking butt. And here's why. So our guide leaderboard with top 4 guides are all from South Carolina, and accounting for half or something like that, half the entries, a lot. But we've got Chris Osman, he kind of came from the top rope and took over the lead from Jimmy Skinner this month. Parker is there with a good month. Jerry Condenzio. Our own Scotty Watson's there with 17. Captain Tanya.
Look at Captain
number
Tanya.
6. Yeah, she's kicking butt. Who's this guy? Number 7. I don't know. Tall Pines. It's kind of a weird name.
I thought he said he's been in the woods.
Lander C, you can count on me, man. Yeah, I didn't fish much in August. That's for sure. It's hot. It's brutal. We gave them hell all late spring through early summer. Stepped up off it a little bit in August and kind of gave them a break.
Well, still good enough for 7th place.
I'll take it.
Stoked to see Captain Shannon from Georgia on the board. We needed more Georgia participants. Riverwing from Virginia. That's a new name. There's not a whole lot of guides in Virginia, which is cool to see. And Captain Mike from Texas has been consistent there. He's I'm surely not entering all of his fish, but I'm glad to see him participating. Oops. Okay, on the organization leaderboard, ourselves, we're in the lead with 15. By the way, we didn't really talk about it, but if release number 20 ends up winning the organization, we're going to defer to the 2nd place. But in 2nd place this month was Salt Strong St. Pete. So we have like a chapter versus chapter competition, seems like, going on between the Salt Strong chapters, which I love to see. There's a giant group of anglers in the Salt Strong organization. That tells me that they know about us and they want to compete for it. So I know Charleston's been working hard. And good to see Low Country Kayak Anglers on there. And yeah, so it's all good. All right. I'll hand it off to Carrie for the captain's giveaway.
All right, David, you made a one. So you have a note here that you put the stinky balls out in place of something we were out of, Mercer,
Yes.
Millennial Cat. Okay.
So
With the captains, we've got the Styx HD cap and the sticker, Z-Man Scented Paddler Z, Creole Croaker, Topwater Sample Pack Clips, Pure Flats Baits and sticker, sticky balls, and the release over 20 hook shirt for the captain.
Yep, and as you can see from Styx HD, it is Corky season. Officially started Corky season. Okay, so on our, oops, I gotta remove that. We have 175 entries in this one. And we'll put that in, 125. We'll roll 3 times. 3rd roll will be the winner. So first roll is 11, 96, and the winner is 17, which is Captain Jerry Condenzio from Captain Crumb's Fishing Charters, and his client is John Bruner, and he's from South Carolina. So congrats to John and also Captain Jerry. Captain Jerry will be sending you a shirt or a hat, sun shirt or a hat, whatever you prefer. And we'll go to giveaway A.
All right, giveaway A is an Arctic Ice blue ice pack. Those things are so awesome. I love both of mine. Marshwear koozie, Marshwear sticker, Coastal swim baits, an Aftco koozie, Aftco key float, Pure Flats bait, Pure Flats sticker, and release over 20 hook shirt.
Nice, good giveaway. So going to the main draw, we have 471 entries.
Wow.
So 471. 3rd roll will be the winner. 80, 327, and the winner is 9. way up there for that one. That is Captain Mike Laura. So he caught this fish himself. It's a 22-inch trout, and we'll get a hold of him. He's from Texas. I'm sorry, Mississippi. I always thought he was from Texas. Stand corrected.
It did say Texas on the other slide.
Did it? Okay, I'll check on that.
Yeah.
He might have fat fingered the state on there.
All right. Giveaway B. Epoch mouse pad. David, just kind of pay attention because you've Stinky Balls. The crawl is up there, and I don't know what it was. We were out of it. We replaced it with, but iStrike released over 3/16 3-pack bait binder catfish cubes.
That's it.
That's it. Okay, so instead
We don't
of
have any bait binder stuff left.
okay, I'll make a note of that. Then Drum Spots small Drum Spots logo T-shirt, light blue heather, Mirror Lure 18 MR, Z-Man jerk shrimp fried chicken, and a release over 20 hook shirt.
Nice. All right. Okay, we'll roll 3 times. 327, 218. The winner is 349. $349 is Sarah Delgado from Florida with a 31-inch red drum.
Right.
All right, so we got South Carolina, we think we got Texas, and we got Florida for winners so far. Okay, here's the last one.
All right, last one. AFTCO hat and sticker, Pure Flats baits, and Pure Flats sticker, Drum Spots playing card, Drum Spot medium alphanumeric T-shirt, light blue heather, Epoch battery drawstring bag, and a release over 20 hook shirt.
Nice. All right, 3 rolls, 450, 401, and the winner is 342. That's really close to the last one. Robert Montana from Virginia, 47-inch red drum. So again, folks, this proves the more you enter, the better your chances of winning. Robert has won many times. He's also had the most entries of anyone. And this is totally transparent, random drawing. You could see his name amongst a lot of other people, and he just happened to get picked. So
look at the links of those, starting at the first one right there where he won 47, 49, 47, 37, 36, 47.
Yeah, it is old drum time. Yeah. So, all right. Well, congrats to our winners, and let's see the entries ratchet up for the fall. I know I'm going to do my best if I can actually get away from my computer for a day. But thank you all for.
We're going to make it easier to enter fish soon.
Oh, you want to talk about that a little bit, Michael?
Sorry. I mean, I was just going to mention, like, I think that it'll be a lot easier, especially on the guide side too. Once they're able to whip their phone out and just load pictures. But it's close. I think we're targeting January to do the cutover. So there'll be a iOS app and an Android app that you'll be able to download just direct from the same homepage site. I don't know if I can try to mount the share screen. Last time I didn't want to find it.
Let's do it maybe next month, but there's a little preview of it. So it's going to be great. It's going to be like better than sliced bread. Easy peasy, super fast and easy.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked with Jimmy Skinner, and he gave a couple ideas. So I changed the form where it's mostly just like buttons you hit for all the things that it auto loads your state and the date. And if you're on if you're like doing a trip whatever guest name you put in last auto populates, so you don't have to do everything over and over again. You just grab the image and basically hit the size and the species and hit submit, and you just go to the next one.
Yeah.
So it should be a lot easier.
It's removed pretty much all the friction from entering the fish, and namely, you set up your profile and it's on your app. It's app on your phone, so it's always kind of logged in per se. Like you just open that app and all your information is already there. It's like how it should be. So you're not having to re-put in your email address, confirm all that, and just all your preferences are already there. It's like literally picture, species, size, picture, species, size, picture, species size. It's just super fast. So
yeah, we could do a quick demo like October, November, since that'll be closer to when we're gonna ramp it out, and then we should be good to go here soon.
Yeah, but
real quick, how do you envision the layover between the recreational and the captains? Like, so will I have 2 separate logins? How's that play out?
Just one login. Yeah, pretty much just one login. I actually have a setting that you go and you enable if you're a guide that gives you extra fields to populate. So if you want to enter as yourself, just don't put in a guest name, basically. Or if you really want to, you could toggle the guide mode off. It'll just take the field away. But basically, the main way we're voting if people are entering as a guide if they have a guest name associated with their catch.
Cool.
It's kind of the main thing. But we can make that more clear too. And if there's feedback as we get closer, and you guys are like, does it make sense? Is that going to make sense to a lot of people? Then we can fine tune that stuff.
Love it. Yeah, that's what Dave and I ran into previously with replicated addresses and stuff.
Yeah,
we were able to streamline some of that. That's awesome.
Cool. So a kind of a cool thing that like Jimmy Skinner has like been our biggest participating guide, right? So we asked him for feedback, and he said he can't always remember everyone's name in the guide group, right? He might just have the person that booked a charter. He'll remember their name, and he'll just put like their name, like Eric or something like that, and he'll write that in his like phone. He'll type it into his like notes on his phone, and then he'll keep track of all the fish. And the way Michael set this up is that you can, so you're the guide, you enable guide mode, you can put some kind of identifier for a name like Eric, and that'll be kind of sticky. So it'll stay there for all the entries until you disable it. You know what I mean? So you just do it one time. So I think, I feel like that's going to be really popular. What's that?
Yeah, you can adjust them too if you make there's a catch log you can scroll through and see your history. So if you're trying to go back and find something, you can see what you submitted, or you can, if you fat fingered something, you can change it.
Yep.
That's awesome, man.
So Michael's been working really hard. We're really grateful to him, and having access to someone with his experience has been awesome.
That's killer. I run into the issue where I have to remember over the course of a day, if we've got multiple, after somebody with a picture, I have to maybe take a picture of it holding the fish over the side, so the time lapse on it, I can look back and go, okay, yeah, that one was a 20. Yeah, so it's it runs together like that when you're on the water for the day, and if the day goes well and you're mashing a few, it doesn't take long for it to get convoluted and forget who, what, when, where, how. So streamline the back end is going to be awesome. That's cool.
Yeah, and the goal is that you can do that real time. Like you can actually take the picture from the app too. So you don't have to worry about it. You can just do it in real time. Get back from your day of guiding, and you don't have to sit down and enter everything. It's just already done.
I mean, noting you're probably taking fish off of hooks and whatever. If you're baiting, not baiting, right? You're doing a lot of things, but you might be able to snap the picture, and then when it settles, go in and just hit a couple buttons and be done. Or you can go back and do it later, whatever works best.
That's cool, man. Yep. That's great.
Yep. Cool. All right. If anyone has anything else, speak now, or we'll wrap it up.
It's good to see you guys. Good luck this week.
Okay. All right, guys. Bye. Catch some fish in the tournament.
Tight lines.
See ya.
Hey, Dave, you got 2 minutes?
Yep. Let me end the stream. Hold on.